Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the morning. 15 minutes to change our lives. This whole week's shiur is in honor of Fush Leima for Leah Bas Sarah. She should, by the time we finished all these shiurim, she should be well and everything should be all good. Okay, so we ended off sort of a little bit in the middle yesterday. We're finishing off this sikha, and basically we're discussing that how does we express this idea of islavus, excitement, of passion in Torah, Avodah, Gemuras Chasadim, in the three pillars of what the world stands on. Yeah, so again, we were talking about this Eish Tamid, and it says in the pasuk, Eish Tamid to come a constant fire in the Vech should never extinguish. We said in the beginning, I feel b'Shabbos, I feel b'Tumah, that even on Shabbat, which is the intellect, just because you think about something and get intellectually involved, it doesn't mean we should lack the immersion. And even Tumah, even if we look at ourselves and we realize there's some things that are not b'dav design as they should be, the Rebbe says don't get stuck with those things. That's not the point. And move on. Remember, have the Eish Tamid. The Ikar is have this fire, this passion burning, and nothing should get it done. Nothing should stop that coming. And when we do that, as the Magid says, Eish Tamid to come in Be'ach, he says, so the pasuk says, an Eish Tamid to come in Be'ach, a constant fire in this Be'ach, Lo Sichve won't be extinguished. But the Magid, he says, the Loi Sichbe. So Eish Tamid to come in Be'ach, if you have a constant fire in this Be'ach, Loi Sichbe, the Loi, the negative, will be extinguished. Having the passion will extinguish the loy. And then we said, but together with that, with not just that, even deeper is that you have there's the Eish and Mizbeach, there's the Eish Shel Mata, the Eish Shel Maila, there's a fire from below, from above, that we had to bring the fire, and then Hashem brought the fire from above, like we see by the Akamas Mishkan, when they were building the Mishkan, when they were erecting it every day, when they were doing that Shiva Mei Miluim, 7 days. They set up that every day they would build it, but then they would take it down. Now they had everything; they had all the kelim, they had everything done already, but it wasn't working. Only in the 8th was when the fire from above came, which we can learn for ourselves. That by ourselves we're limited, and we're not. It's not eternal like the Mishkan that every day they built it, but that's take it down every day. Whereas in the 8th day, when we put in our effort, we can tap into the 8th day, which is the fire coming from Hashem, which is eternal, which is infinite, and which means in simple English, the Rebbe says, in nature, we are able to have success above nature. When we and that's what we're saying. We're saying we have to realize that being passionate and excited and finding how to have that passion and excitement for Yiddishkeit, the Torah mitzvahs, brings us success, not just a limited success, but unlimited success. We put in the limited effort that we can, but we can't do unlimited. But we bring in the limited, and that helps the unlimited. So then we said, so this should express itself in our Torah mitzvahs. And now we're going to discuss those how they should express themselves. Torah mitzvahs is the yois bislabus b'chyonis. Let's have with life and excitement and passion. Torah mitzvahs. The whole shleishes hakavim in the three areas, three pillars: Torah, Avodah, Gemuras Chasadim, Torah, davening, and mitzvahs. Let's see. Torah, ein adam tzarich latzei sidei chivasi. A person doesn't need to satisfy the minimum amount of learning that a person is meant to do. I think it's more. Yeah, that was meant to do in general is learn a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the evening. So a person shouldn't come and satisfy themselves. Hey, I did the minimum. I'm good. In such a way, you're showing that I don't really care. This is not where my kach is. Should learn that it's really nothing connected with a person. Chayv liyois lo yomush. Shouldn't leave. This is my passion. Is where I'm holding. The chayv liyois arucha b'chol ramachev should be linked with all our 248 limbs. Kol atzmoi seitaman, like it says in the pasuk, all my, or in the Gemara, so kol atzmoi, all my innards, all of me should say it. B'chiyonis, meaning with life. When we learn Torah, we're not learning just to be yotze. What's the minimum? Tick off my box of things that I need to tick, but it's totally me. I'm totally, it's all of me. So that's when we got to Torah. When we learn Torah, we should figure out the passion. It could be you have to find things. It doesn't mean you have to force the passion. It means you have to find what you connect with. It could be certain things you find more enjoyable to learn, more connect. So you should learn that. That's what we're saying. We have to find where we can express our passion for Yiddishkeit. That's time. That's in terms of Torah, learning Torah. Avodah, which is al tefillah, davening, shehi kav avodah, yos lekeva, kiim rachim zachanun lefnei hamakim. You shouldn't be set. Set meaning square. Do the same thing every day, but it should be merciful and supplications in front of Hashem. With this passion and love. There's a story I heard that Rabbi Steinsaltz, Alav Shalom, so he was a very sharp. He had a very sharp personality. He was a very wise. He translated the whole Talmud amongst many other things that he did, a lot of accomplishments. And one time he came to he was like a scholar in residence for Shabbos in this modern Orthodox shul in Manhattan. So after Musaf or before Musaf, they got him to go give a speech, and he said, this shul feels like a Presbyterian church. Now, I've never been to a Presbyterian church. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I understood what he was saying because it got explained that he said to them that he's so cold, it's so lifeless. Davening, you start at the same time, finish the same time. I need to get to my kiddush. You're going too slow, you're going too fast. Everything is very boxed. And what he was saying is you have to daven with passion. So some days will go long, some later. It's like the story of the Rabbi Shab. I think it was Rabbi Shab at the Friedrich Rabbi Shab that he came. It was in Germany. Germany is known as the Yekshiden, and they had the times for davening for when the davening starts or when the davening ends. And he was like, "That's too far. I want the davening end." And this is what we're saying. When it comes to davening, it doesn't mean we have to daven for hours. It would be very nice, but it means when we're davening, we're our whole kalatz mersay, our whole being is there. And this is sort of what we're saying with everything we're talking about here. When you're learning Torah, we have to be able to figure out a way how to appreciate the Torah that we're learning enough that we're totally involved. When you come to daven, it's the same thing. Doesn't mean it takes whatever time we have we're able to daven. When we're there, we're trying to focus, trying to pay attention, and realize, like we said, if I'm totally here and I bring my passion to these things, my passion that I have for whatever it is, exercise or running or cooking, whatever it is, I can bring it in to my davening and my learning. It will transform my life. Like we said before, it'll take the limited amount that we can give and it'll bring out the unlimitedness. And the third thing is Gemos Chasadim, which is mitzvahs. Which in general mitzvahs connect with Gemos Chasadim, kind acts. You don't do the mitzvah just to be yotze. The minimum requirements, the obligation is to do the mitzvah is behidur. You go beyond the level of the law. Which comes out from the person's liveliness and excitement. Meaning, and it's a very, very, very fine point he's saying. If you pay attention to it, he's saying you should do mitzvahs behidur. But the hidur mitzvah you do is not because you have to do it. It's because it comes out because your excitement and your passion that's being expressed in doing the mitzvahs. If you just if you're doing it because I have to do this to hit a mitzvah, I learned in the Sikha, the Rebbe said to hit a mitzvah, you missed the point. The Rebbe is saying the hit a mitzvah should come out of the passion excitement. It's like it's like something that you like doing. No one tells you, you have to make sure to do it to the best possible way. You like doing it, you're going to do it the best possible way. You like buying clothes, so you're not going to just, let me just find the minimum amount and need to buy something. I'll just buy it. I'm going to put in the effort, I'll spend the time, but I care about it. And so to hear, when you're doing mitzvahs, when you work on the passion of Yiddishkeit, then when you're doing the mitzvah, it be behidden. Unlike the story, like I said before, the best thing about a Shabbos nap, you wake up, a winter Shabbos, that you wake up in your Shabbos shlup and it's already Mitzvah Shabbos. That's not what we're talking about. That's exactly the opposites. That's lifeless Yiddishkeit. What we're saying is that Yiddishkeit should be passionate, be excitement. And we showed how it is in Torah, how in learning, when we learn, we should have passion. Like one thing that happens, I have a shiur, I go to a Shabbos morning in Chassidus, and I realized at approximately what I preach, that when I learn, that if I learn just once a week, I listen to the shiur, it's a very good shiur, very enjoyable. Between weeks, you get a lot, you can't keep track of what's going on. So then when you come to learn, it's very hard to keep hold of what's going on. So what I said to myself is I learn every morning. Besides this, I learn every morning before. So I said, instead of learning something else, we want to catch everything. So I'm going to learn that what we're learning on Shabbos, I'll do chazar on it and go ahead and so I have it clear. So it's not like once a week I'm learning something, but it's the whole week I'm learning with them. So this past week when we were learning, some guy was complaining. It's like, I don't like these, my mom take too long. It's 5 weeks, So I said to him, I had a question. He's like, I have a question. Like, we learned this last week. How does he remember between last week? So the teacher knew what I was doing. He goes, yeah, he does chazara. And this is what I realized. What is what we're saying here? When we say Torah, we're learning Torah, all this is passion. Baruch Hashem, I've learned to have a passion for Chassidus. So then let me learn it. And when I realized, like, if this guy's going to sit there and he's going to learn once a week or listen to a show once a week, of course he's not going to have the passion for it. But if he comes every day and takes 15 minutes out of his day and he does chazara and what we're learning, so then he has a better chance of having passion. And this is what we're saying here. It's give the time, give the effort, and realize, what do I need to do to make him passionate? Is my Yiddishkeit passionate, and how could it be more passionate? And what could I do to make it more passionate? You can't be passionate on something you don't understand. That's also. I remember I had a kid once when I was in Kel. I ended up teaching some kid Gemara. He was behind in the class, needed some help, needed some tutoring. Just asked me to come help him. And I remember trying to teach him, and it's, Gemara is not necessarily an easy thing to teach, especially a young kid who's young. And I remember I was teaching him a kal v'chemer. We're learning a kal v'chemer. A kal v'chemer is when you learn something from something else, something bigger. Meaning, if a person can run 10 miles, it's a kal v'chemer, they can run 1 mile. It means how much more so. So I was trying to explain to him this concept, and I realized I was limited in my speech ability to explain it. At a certain point, I'm like, do you get it? Like, I don't know how to explain anymore. And he hated learning. I had to go chase him down to come and learn. And then at a certain point he got the kal v'chemer. He understood it, and I saw him. I understood. I'm like, oh, you got it. It's amazing. Now this is exactly what we're saying in the Gemara. This is the kal v'chemer, and he got it. And you should have seen the smile on his face. I'll never forget it. And he hated learning. But it's not that you hate learning. It's not that you don't have a passion for Yiddishkeit. You don't understand. You're not connected. There's something missing. If we take care of those things, that we figure out how to connect ourselves, maybe it's not an understanding. People say, I don't like Gemara. You don't like Gemara. You don't understand it. It's like I used to make this joke. People say I don't like chocolate. No one ever said I don't like chocolate. Why? Because you understand it's good. You tasted it. It feels good. But if some things, it takes a little more effort. And so to hear, putting the effort to learn how to daven, I don't like davening. If you're not davening properly, davening should be the most enjoyable thing. I think the Rashab said that if the people that answer from, I don't remember exactly the lashon they used, that know the geschmack in davening, that all run to daven, that drop all the titles and run to daven. It's all geschmack, and this is what we're saying. And we have to just build and bring out this passion. Just finish it off. Through completing this fire from above, this passion from above, with our Torah, we draw down this fire from above, from Hashem. The Shechina comes down and it dwells in our Torah, in our learning, in our Vodah, in our davening, and all our actions, all the mitzvahs, not just our mitzvahs, but everything we do. That we have the Shechina resting with us. Just have to be passionate. Like we said, we bring out an idea of blikvul, of infinity, blikvul in the limited. So we tap into unlimitedness in our limited reality, which is wild. And even into nature, nearest we see the blessing of Hashem, with success above nature. That we put in 5 minutes and we get what would take 100 hours. The mitzvah by all of us, we should learn to have the passion, realize how special it is if we can master, if we can tap into it, and how much success we could have, and how much better our life would be, and how much more geschmack, and how much more Torah mitzvahs would be geschmack, and we'll do things to be hidden, not because of force, but we want to, and we'll enjoy even more our learning, and we wish to daven, and all these things. B'simcha, have a great day.